Alright, so what's up? Hi, Katie here. This is the first pull deck that I'm showing online in use. I couldn't use the air one because of the two of the musics are banned, and it's just not going to work out. So this is the water deck that I worked on, or that I made. It has Tanget Toborn and Training, as you see, he's engaged right now. Tartarex Psy, Interest Nature Force, Realm Watermaster, Loma, Desert Wanderer, and Arthoa, Captain of the Azo. The whole deck list can be found on my blog, and Tenguth Toborn's battle gear right now is the Scarab of Kalai. I ended up going up against a Petian player. He's using a Glost deck, which is a really cool deck, I thought, and his name was Power133. He put up a really good fight, and it was a creative deck that I hadn't seen built in a while. Anyway, so my deck is mainly based around stats because of Arthoa, but it does run super cool Drain. Music generally, music, what's being run is Two Refrains of Denial, Song of Stasis, um, Cadence Clash, Fanfare of Elemental Champions, and Strain of the Tide. Now, since playing it, I would make some changes. I would consider removing Song of Stasis for a Rhyme of the Reckless, but unless you think Zemul is more of a threat, keep Song of Stasis. And I'd also switch out Fanfare of Elemental Champions for Harmonics of Water, because the only element that you really want is water. And I thought when I played the music that if I already had water, I'd be able to gain water 5 when I gained the element, but I tried to do that and that didn't work. Anyway, so what's happening right now is I'm going up against Conjurers. I've already beat one, and the more Conjurers that I defeat, the more Gloss powers up. So I'm really hoping in this match for a Lord's Chamber of Recall. And I was just showing some music there. The other thing I'm trying to do is because I know Gloss is going to be really big, what I'm trying to do is save up my strongest attack cards for later on when I go up against Gloss. So you can see I run most of my cycle cards. See, there's a Synaptic Acceleration right there. I'm going to toss Mineral Mayhem, keep Elemental Oxidation, which actually helps me out a little bit too. And that's the problem with companion decks, is they don't have a lot of magic counters. So I can I was just thinking because there's Lord's Chamber Recall, which I got, so I took away 2 of his Conjurers. So now his Gloss doesn't have any more energy or element power. So max, what his Gloss has is 10 energy, Earth 10, and Air 10, which is still a lot of damage. Um, and at this point, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to defeat Gloss, because I was really hoping that Lord's Chamber of Recall wouldn't pop up. What the plan is now is, because I have Strain of the Tide, which is a really handy music if you have it, use Strain of the Tide for more heal. I have Interest Nature Force for gain. So what I'm thinking right now is Tanget Toborn is going to take out a bunch of guys, and he's going to make sure that I have my strongest attack card so I can take out Glost. And they tried to play a music, area, to stop one of my attacks. I Cadence Clashed it. I used the Cadence Clash because no point in dispelling when they don't have a lot of counters. Pardon me. So, like I said, I'm gonna try to. Oh yeah, we chatted for a while too. He's a good player. And he had a Revita flower on him. That's why he was going to sacrifice it to give his Havoc more music counters, and that's why I was like, no, I have to keep that going face down because I don't want him getting any more music. So once I feed Jermise or Jermise, the Conjurer that I'm battling right now, he's only going to have 1 counter, and that's on Gloss. And he had a Mepetian Balladeer's Flute on Gloss, so that's why. Which is pretty cool, I thought. So again, I'm just cycling through all of my attacks as possible. You can see I'm holding on to that Directed Bravery. He's obviously saving attack cards as well. You can see by all the 0 build points. And I guess that's a good thing with his deck, right? Is you get to save up all your good attacks until Gloss comes out, and then you can just dominate. The only problem is you're going to have to actually play some strong attacks from time to time like that turbulence funnel that he just played. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to deal a lot of damage. So the chances of his conjurers actually defeating anybody are slim. I opted to play Directed Bravery there because Meditative Leap can gain me a counter or move a counter from a creature, and I'm saving that for Interest Nature Force. I had actually thought, like I said, Toborn's going to be more of a sacrificial creature. When he's going to go to the graveyard or the discard pile, I'm going to be able to use my Strain of the Tide to heal Interest 10. I'm thinking that she's going to have at least 30 energy gain from her ability, because her battle gear is the Sun Chariot of Kensep, so she's going to have 15, or 5 elements, so she has 15 energy gain. But I messed up because I thought that I would be able to use that fanfare of elemental champions to give me Water 5, but then I realized that it didn't, so it was kind of problematic. So with that, keeping that in mind, this is the reason why I also thought that a meditative, or not a meditative leap, but Rhyme of the Reckless would be very nice in this deck if you want to fit one in, maybe instead of the Cadence Clash even, because Gloss deals so much damage. There are decks like this that deal a lot of damage at one time, and if you can just change that, see, that's where I'm playing the Fanfare of Elemental Champions, hoping that I gain Water 5, but it didn't work like that. So, because it didn't work like that, I learned something. You learn something new all the time. Also, I learned that I wanted to change my battle gear on Relum, and it's going to be a Bi-Mower cycle now, so that you can hot line with a main attacker, which Interest Nature Force, Tower XI, and Tank and Toborn Training all are. And of course, you can switch out to Tower XI, but I like him as a creature and I like his abilities, so that's why I chose him. But anyways, I thought I'd be able to code him, but then I realized I didn't have Water 5, so I had to hold on to Super Cool Drain for another thing, and I wasted Magican abilities. So he defeats Glost, and I'm going to take interest into his Glost, but I'm worried about energy at this point, because interest has 10 less energy than Tenget Toborn. The more energy, the better, right? So the location that comes up is the passage Overworld. So that means because of Interest's gear, she's also going to gain 10 energy when she gains fire. Because of Realm, she's going to gain 10 energy because of water. So that's 20 extra energy. That puts her energy base at 80. I also have Tanget Toborn, and I'm moving one counter from Arthoa Captain of the Zoa with Meditative Leap onto Interest, so that she gets another counter for her ability. I kept the Elemental Oxidation. Thundershell for 40. And because of all my attacks, I haven't got Primal Smash yet. So I started to think. Sorry, that's my phone. So I started to think that I could definitely win. I'm going to take his energy down to 10 with Super Cool Drain, which I've been holding on for a while now. And he tries to play Thrills of Diminution to stop my ability. I'm going to deny that because I want my ability, and then I'm going to use it once anyways, just to make Interest more beastly. So it was a good match, and as soon as his Glost is done, he doesn't stand a chance, and he knows that, so he politely conceded once he realized that, and we were just talking there. And that's the match. Hope you enjoyed the deck, and remember to hail KOR.